In this video, we will see how to remove background from a picture. From this to this. We will do this both in Mac and Windows. So let's jump into the video. We will start from the Mac first. So in the Mac, double click the image to open it with preview. Once the image is open, you need to come here and click on this button, which is called Show Markup Toolbar. Once you click here, your markup toolbar will open. The first thing that you need to do is to click and highlight Instant Alpha. When you highlight Instant Alpha, it will turn into blue. With Instant Alpha highlighted, all you have to do is to figure out your background color and start removing the background. In my case, I will start removing these areas first, as they seems to be of the same color. To do this, I will point my cursor to an area where I want to start removing the background. Left click my mouse and hold the click and will try to move my cursor. This will start highlighting the area that system is identifying to be removed. Make sure whatever is getting highlighted is not highlighting your object. In this case, as you can see, I have highlighted the hair. So I will revert back and I will stop until a desirable result is seen. Then I will leave my mouse left button and I will hit delete key. These will delete the selected area. The first time you will select the delete key, you will get this message. Click on convert to PNG. And now whatever area was highlighted has been deleted. But there are a lot of things that we need to do. Then I will select this area and repeat the same process. I will point my cursor to an area where I want to delete the background. I will left click my mouse button and will hold it and will start selecting the region for deletion. I will repeat the process for all of the background that is still left. I will fast forward this video in interest to save the time. Okay, so now I have deleted anything that was possible to be deleted using Instant Alpha, but still I can see there are a lot of patches in the background that remains in my image. I need to fine tune them. In next step, I will come here and I will select rectangular selection tool and I will try to remove all these patches from the background. Once the rectangular selection tool is highlighted, I will simply go ahead and select an area that I can delete. I will highlight and press the delete key on the keyboard. I will repeat the process for all the other remaining areas. In the next step, I need to fine tune these areas which are very near to my object, and this is not possible either by Instant Alpha or by rectangular selection. In this case, I will click on this small downwards arrow and I will select lasso selection. In the next step, I will zoom my image to have a better clarity. Using the lasso selection, I can use my mouse cursor to highlight the area that I want to be removed from my image. You need to make sure that you join it in order to create an area for deletion and then hit the delete button. I will repeat this step several times so that I can fine tune my image. So as you see, now I have given the final touch to my image. I will zoom it out, and when I zoom out, this is how my image appears. The background is completely removed and there is no remaining patches. This is obviously a tedious work to do, but that is how it is being done. you will have to zoom it out, and you will have to make sure that each and everything that appears to be a background must be removed. Finally, we will go into File and export it as a PNG image. Once exported, you can use this image wherever you want, and this is how it appears. In the next step, we will see how we can delete the background in Windows operating system. So this is the picture that I have identified where we would like to remove the background in Windows machine. Right now I am using Windows 10. So to remove the background, we will right click on this picture and we will open this with Paint 3D. Okay, so my Paint 3D application is open now, and removing background in Windows is, I think, easier than what we did in Mac. At least this is what I feel. So to remove the background in Paint 3D, we have to go over here and we have to select Magic Select option. Once this option is highlighted, you will see some points getting appeared around your photo, and this is basically to help you out to corp the area that is not required. So let's do it one by one. And because we just require this object and nothing from background, so I will adjust these points in such a way that I completely focus on my subject and nothing else. On the right hand side, Magic Select has presented us with few options. It says that drag in the corners or the sides of the blue box to show us what to focus on, and that's what we just did. We will click on next, and this is actually pretty simple. In just one click we can see that Paint 3D has identified most of the background, but there are some glitches that we required working on, and that is what we will do in our next step. So until we are sure that it's only our background that is getting removed, we are not going to click on done. And here in this picture we can see that this collar has been identified as a background and it is getting removed because this line is coming from here. Similarly, the portion, this down portion, has been identified as background and is being getting removed. So we will fix these. So all I want is that this selection is incorrect and this should be removed. The marker should come and go from this side. So I will click on add here and I will draw something like this so that Windows Paints can recognize that okay, this is something that I want to be added. Okay, this portion is still determined to be a background, so I'm going to add it as well. I will allow it some time. Okay, so I'm good here. Let's slide down. I want this portion to be added. That is what I'm going to tell Paint 3D. Okay, perfect. And once I am satisfied, then I can click on done. Oh, by the way, if you don't know, I can zoom it out by rolling my mouse middle button, or you can also zoom it out from here so that you can fine tune your image. Okay, so my image looks perfect over here. I will just go ahead and click on done. Okay, so now my image have been extracted from my background and I can rotate my image. As you can see here, I can just copy my image and I can paste it in some other application. Let me try, and here you see my image without background. So that was pretty simple trick to extract image and delete the background. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I would request you to please consider subscribing my channel for such informational and how-to videos. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.